from 20 feet out. Here's Fry. The shot is off. Good D by Johnson. Miami's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Shot's good by Tony.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
And that one's good.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
He gets it up. Got it off in time, but it's no good.
Give it up for your Heat Nation.
And a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even keel. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited.
Again, just another part of the maturation. And a new group in for the Heat. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Chris Bosh. Johnson, he's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Tony in for Goran Dragic. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. So on the floor for Cleveland. Channing Frye out there with LeBron James. Then there's Irving. Then it's Mozgov. And it's Jefferson in at the shooting guard. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hornets got the job done. He had 20 points, and he was just about on target from everywhere, hitting from deep as well as sinking his free throws. The cherry on top for him, in addition to his outing, was ending the losing streak his team had been suffering through. We all know how big those moments can be for a team, Kevin.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game.
LeBron drives in. Three-pointer. Miami grabs the miss. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Their shooting percentage in that game was ridiculous. I mean, they created a lot of good looks for themselves, and you could see they were in rhythm and just continued to knock them down.
And, guys, I thought the key was simply getting that ball side to side, reversing it, keeping pressure on the defense. That really opened up the court for them, and I think that's why they got so many good shots.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. I mean, he's got more points from outside the arc than inside of it so far.
Irving drives in, and he gets it to go.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
Richardson, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade.
Move the ball and stick it to Mike.
Irving against Tony. It's tipped. Mozgov with the steal. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Back to Irving. Irving double team. And here's Fry for 3. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Now, here is Tony. That will count, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. That'll do it for the first half.
Kevin,
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far. Both teams changing it up here. Now for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off a good outing against the Magic.
And if you look at the box score from that game, guys, the first thing you'll notice is how many turnovers they forced.
And one thing the box score doesn't show us is how many points came as a direct result of those turnovers. But I think it was a huge factor.
Tony in at point guard. Stoudemire out there with Winslow. Then there's Richardson. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Nobody near Irving. Drills it from outside. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter. Kyrie Irving, an explosive scorer. We all know that. His rate of assists continually dropping over his NBA career. And Greg, does he need to be more of a pure point guard?
You know, he does have the advantage of playing with LeBron James, one of the best playmakers in the league. It's a good fit, I think, at this stage of his career, because right now they need him to score the basketball while he continues to improve his point guard skills.
You know, one thing you can say about Kyrie Irving, as he's gotten more talent around him, he's become much more efficient offensively. Shot selection had been a question for him, but no longer as he's gotten more help.
And Irving with multiple 55-point games last season. The first player to do that since the great Kobe Bryant back in '07.
Well, we know that Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. It's Jefferson outside. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 4th assist in this one.
And credit to the Cavs for going out and getting Mozgov. I mean, they paid a hefty price giving up the 2 first-rounders, but thus far he's proved to be worth it.
Cleveland's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Outside Jefferson, tipped away. It's stolen by Tony. Jumps up, rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break. And the Mozgov trade, guys, for the Cavs, I think can be viewed as their big turning point in the season. He completely changed the defense of their team. He was that missing piece of the puzzle.
Tony with it. 27 points for him. 34 seconds left to play in the third. Outside Jefferson. He kicks it to Mozgov. And that one goes long. The Heat leading by 3.
And if they're smart, they can hold it for the last shot.
To me, that's got to be the target. Make sure you manage the clock effectively so you do get the last shot.
Here's Tony. It could go. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in.
Give it up for your Heat dancers.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The 4th. Tony, he's checked in for the Heat. Here's Wade. So on the floor for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Miami no good on that time either.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
And that one's good.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Move the ball. Stick it to
Tony dishes to Whiteside. Deng kicks to Tony. 6 to shoot. They get it back. Whiteside, no good.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one, Clark.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
LeBron against Deng. The drive by LeBron. On its way from Irving for 2. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. Irving's got 11 points here in just the second half.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Tony, no luck.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
James kicks to Irving. It's stolen by Tony. All alone, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
We could have been looking at a two-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now nerves and tightness become a factor.
And it's becoming a battle of will right now. This is as good a game as we could have hoped for.
In the corner, Smith with it. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Mark, neither team with a big advantage here in the fourth quarter.
5 times we've had the lead switch so far. I mean, back and forth we go.
And Clark, that could rise again before we're through.
Give it up for yours.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. With the game still up for grabs, he simply told his guys, we're right there. Stay focused, execute, and get it done. Kevin, let's see how it plays out.
LeBron against Dang. And Irving with the basket on the assist by LeBron. 21 points for Kyrie Irving.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Okay, Miami. Now coming on the court, Miami Heat dancers. Let 'em hear ya. Come on, Heat fans. You know we have something to prove. So let's get up and let 'em hear it.
1:39 left in the fourth quarter. Now Tony. Wade passes to Tony, and stolen by Irving. Fast break, here they come. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
And Luol Deng pulls it down.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And here's Tony. Whiteside, a screen on James. Tony dishes to Whiteside. Connects! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
LeBron up top. He's covered by Deng. James kicks to Irving. Shot from the wing. The shot no good. It's Tony on the wing. He's covered by Irving. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the 3 to tie.
Now, here is Tony. Can they tie? Oh, he hits it! How about that shot?
Big time! Big time!
Incredible!
And that, guys, that's one for the highlight reel. They needed a